Yo, what's up, guys? How's it going? I want to make a quick 3-minute recap on that GBP USD trade that I called out yesterday for you guys. I really want to just go in here and show you guys why I called that trade out, and what happened. Let's go ahead and review it really fast. You always want to do this as a trader so that way, you know what to avoid next time. Don't take every loss, as a L. Take it as a lesson. So let's go in real quick. Let me show you guys. All right, so here we have GBP USD. It's on a heavy uptrend, as you can see. We can get our trend line. This is on the 1 hour. See, we have a nice trend line. Let's go on a bigger time frame. Let's go on a daily. So on the daily, we can see that it's had this massive move up for about 800 pips, 800 pip move. So that's a big move in the market. So now this is due for a heavy correction, a heavy pullback. So on the daily, you can see yesterday's daily candle closure was a big doji. It made its highs. It imprinted its highs all the way up here, and it pulled back. So now let's go to the 4 hour and let's break it down. So we see that we have this uptrend, and then we see that we have this big push down, this big massive push down. So my analysis was, so now we go on to 1 hour. So now let's break it down even further. So we have our little box here. So if you can see here, we have like a little box in area right here. Market came up from this rally to here. And then market pulled back a little bit. And then market came up to this area. And then it retested this previous area right here. So this is previous area of resistance. It broke through, so now it becomes support. And then it made a double top up here, so a double top pattern. So our area of support and resistance would be right here. So this was my area of support and resistance right here. So let me remove this. All right, so now we're starting to go into bearish movement, into more downward movement. And the way, it's not going to move down forever. Like right here, you don't want to get trapped in this. So we saw this happen. You don't want to get trapped in it. You want to wait for a pullback. So now we measure this leg. So price came up, right? Broke this little area of resistance, tested it as support, came up, did a double top, and it finally broke through. The moving averages crossed over, and it finally broke through down. So now what you want to do is you want to wait for a pullback. So market comes back up, and this was where we were watching it. So let me show you guys real quick, a little fancy tool here. So it was like this. And my analysis was I pulled out my Fibonacci from the average of these highs to the average of these lows. And as you can see, it falls right into place with the 61.8. So my sell limit was right around here somewhere. It was right around here. It was at 142. Give me 1 second. Let me get that trade. So it was at 142.518 was my entry, 142.518. So like right around there. And our stop loss was at 142.869. 142.869. Here. It was here. 865. 860. It was like right around here. So it was right around here, and then of course our take profit was at 141.517, 141.517. So we had about 100 pip gain. So it was about 100 pips. We're risking 35 pips to make 100 pips, around 1 to 2.86 when risk to reward ratio. So as we can see, market came down, it pulled down. So now we measure this movement. We measure this big movement. We wait for a pullback. The moving averages are down. They haven't crossed yet. So this is still in bearish territory. And as you can see, the right here, the RSI, the relative strength index, it's starting to become overbought a little bit. So as you can see, we'll play it out here. And you can see, next candle it closed bearish. This candle ended up kind of wicking us out. This is where we got taken out. We got taken out right here. So due to spreads and stuff with your brokers, you got taken out right here, barely wicking us out. And then market goes ahead and rolls over and finally ends up pulling over, and we would have hit our take profit here, and we would have gotten a 100 pip move. So quick recap, I just want to let you guys know why I looked out while I was looking at that trade and why I called that trade out. So it did retrace into the 78.6 to 61 point area, which was previous area of resistance up here. And unfortunately, it went ahead and wicked us out. So next time, so for future reference, we're just going to put sell limits a little bit higher. So that way we can go ahead and get, better, tighter entries, more on point entries. So as far as this one goes, this was a really great trade. Although we lost it, it was a really, really great trade. But as far as next week, we can go ahead and see this probably pull back up into this area and either continue going up or continue with the downtrend. But that's it, guys. Hopefully you guys got some value. Talk to you guys later.